Hi everyone, welcome back to another What I Eat in a Day video as a busy working plant-based vegan mom who follows the Starch Solution. Before we go any further, make sure you hit the subscribe button for more plant-based inspiration. Make sure you hit like if you enjoyed this video. I started my morning off with steaming some veggies, so I have been steaming my veggies at home instead of doing it at work so I'm not smelling up the whole dealership. Here's my vitamins or my supplements. I've got my B12, my D3, as well as my mushroom supplement that I take for mental clarity. I will link these below if you want to try my mushroom supplement or any of those other supplements at a 20% off discount from Motivate. You can. Here's my yummy drink that I make with my earth chint powder, some turmeric, and some other yummy ingredients that I blend together. I have been making sure that I drink 3 milliliters of water a day. And so here is me getting my water intake at work. I have found that the earlier you start drinking it, that the easier it is to drink it throughout the day. So it's good to get a head start on the water. I've got my banana, and you can see it's starting to go a little black, but I love bananas like that. I have brought oats today for my breakfast of choice. I've got old-fashioned organic oats, gluten-free oats. I love to make sure that I get them organic because oats tend to be highly sprayed. I have been loving some coconut aminos lately with that brand that I just showed you. I'm going to put that over my broccoli. I've been doubling up on my veggies. So I just let these oats sit in some hot water. I have a little water kettle that I use here at work. And then I put maybe about a tablespoon worth of probably tablespoon worth of maple syrup on my oats and mixed it all together. And oats are very filling for me in the morning, so it was a great filling breakfast. One of my coworkers, when she'll have leftover fruit, she'll come and pop in my office and bring them to me. So today she gave me strawberries. Guys, where I live, you can tell summer is coming because it is starting. Those strawberries are starting to taste so good. I have really been into my split pea soup lately, so I'm having some of that for lunch, and it's really, really good. I also had some more broccoli, and so steamed broccoli, and then my Amy's split pea soup, and the split pea soup is actually very filling.
Hey y'all, so I have left work. The clip you just saw with my broccoli and my soup, I ended up pouring the soup into my big Tupperware container where the broccoli was, and then taking it to the break room and heating it up, warming it up, even though I wasn't going to do that. But I started reading back into, so I don't know if any of you have ever heard of Ayurvedic nutrition. Me being a yogi, I'm drawn to that. It's basically the study behind, like, we all have different body types and are all made differently. And through those 3 body types, they talk about different foods you can eat that help to balance the body more. And so I started reading back into that again. I was drawn to it a while back, and I always have kind of been since I've been on this path, but since I started getting heavy into the Starch Solution, I just kind of abandoned the idea of it because I was focused just on like what the Starch Solution said. And so now I'm like trying to do a little mix of everything. And I thought, well, why don't I start kind of redirecting my focus back towards foods that are maybe more balancing for the body. Instead of just thinking about like foods that promote weight loss, how about foods that bring the body into balance? And so if you don't know, the different body types are called doshas, and you can actually look it up. There's something called a dosha quiz, and you can look up what's your body type and like what foods may help you. But the cool thing is, for my body type, it's already a type that they say, you need to eat less meat, you need to stay away from dairy, away from oils and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, that's great because I already do that. So luckily I eat that way anyways. But my body type also, it suggests eating like spices and warming the food up, eating warm foods over cold. So like raw foods, even though a lot of people in the vegan community are like, oh, eat raw, like for my body type, according to Ayurvedic nutrition, doesn't do its best with cold foods. And so I was like, okay, let me go heat my food up, even though I was trying to do this whole not use the microwave again thing. I'm all over the place, but whatever. So I went and heated it up. I told you all that to tell you that I warmed the food up in the microwave so I could eat it warm, because it's supposed to be better for digestion. So if you're interested in that, you want me to talk more about that, or you want me to do like a little challenge for myself where I eat, based on the, according to Ayurvedic nutrition for like a month or a week or whatever, I'd love to do that. So let me know. I'm going to pick up the baby now, and then going home, and I got to figure out what we're going to do for dinner because I ate really late in the day. So I'm like, what are we going to, I don't know. Maybe what I'll do is meal prep some potatoes or something for the weekend to have some food ready and just, yeah, I got a lot of Japanese sweet potatoes and yams and stuff I need to prep. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Talk to you later.
So we're at home, and Miss Berkeley is about to tell me that I don't remember what she was telling me. She's showing me her applesauce, and she's also showing me her tongs. Look at my tongs here that she's literally gonna start eating her applesauce with. These are some antique tongs that I have. My grandma gave me. I'm gonna drink some of my herbal tea. My oldest daughter Presley got me that yummy organic turmeric tea for Mother's Day, and then I have the throat coat tea that I really like. It tastes really good, so I blend the two of those together. And this water got really, really hot, so I'm like pouring the jar is hot, so I'm pouring it on the cup and like burning my hand, and I just set it down really fast and let that steep for a good 15 minutes. I'm gonna make me some organic oat milk powder. So I use Joy Organic Oat Milk. It is just pure oat powder. It's an instant organic oat milk powder, which is really cool because that means I can just pour a few tablespoons into my water of choice. And if you know me, you know I'm a water freak. I gotta have either spring water or alkaline water. And so I put in several scoops of the Joy Oat Milk powder, and I just shuck it up real well. And it's so simple, right? So easy. Before with their oat milk powder, I would blend it up, but now this doesn't require me to use a blender. You could stir it with a spoon, but it's easier if I do it like this. I can just mix it up so there, and it's ready to just get stored in the fridge. So for dinner, I told Berkeley I would make us pancakes, just our classic banana oat pancakes. And we take for every serving, it's 1 banana. It's 1 cup of oats. Of course, you saw I prefer the organic oats because oats tend to be highly sprayed. And then 1 cup plant milk of choice. And if you want to add some chocolate in there, sometimes we'll add a tablespoon of cacao, or we'll add a tablespoon of earth chimp, one of the flavors, either chocolate or vanilla. But today we're just doing them plain. The bananas were really ripe, and so that's going to add so much sweetness to these pancakes, and it'll be good. And so here's our that's a double batch. And so I'm just going to blend it up, and when you have all that extra plant milk, it tends to help it blend up really well. And you could thin these out more if you wanted to by adding a little more liquid, but I feel like this ratio is really perfect. And so I've got a little griddle that I'll pour those on here in a bit. And my tea's ready. I poured a little bit of that Joy oat milk in there. I love a little bit of milk in my tea. I've really been enjoying my herbal teas lately. It's really true. What we put in our body, we will crave. And I've been craving my herbal tea lately. So I'm going to be it's like going back to the good old days. When I first started the Starch Solution, I was always eating zucchini and squash. And I've got one of these other squashes. I forgot the name of it. But I've used it before, like when I've made vegan caldo style, like Mexican soups. And it went in there, but I'd never had eaten it just plain or steamed. And so I was like, well, why not? All the different kinds, the better. And it's green, so we know what it's good for the heart, good for detoxification. Look at me taking a break from chopping up the squash. Berkeley's telling me I want squash. I really, because she liked it too, and we ate a lot of it last year. She loved it, and so it's a summer. Summertime is coming, and so that means those summer squashes are going to be tasting really good, and they sure did. I was snacking on these after they got done steaming, and they don't need any flavor or anything added. Well, I think tons of vegetables are good by themselves. But like I noticed when the vegetable's not in season, that I'll put something on it, like the coconut aminos or whatever. But when it's in its season, gosh, it tastes so good. So I'm letting those steam for about 7 minutes, and then I added the green ones after I let the yellow ones steam. So I wanted to let you all know, I don't actually cook with the Joy oat milk powder or bake with it, cook, any of that, because I like to use that for Berkeley, because it's pure milk with no added ingredients or added sugars or anything. So I prefer that for her. And when I bake, I'll use like store-bought oat milk, soy milk, whatever. Tonight I'm using almond milk, and also like the instant oat milk powder. I don't know how it doesn't necessarily always turn out because in baked goods, because whatever they use to make it to where you can make instant oat milk, I don't know, the chemistry doesn't go well in baked goods. So Berkeley and I went to the store and got some almond milk to use for the pancakes. And that was fun, taking the toddler in the store. She brought her smoothie in the store, but then I remember why I don't like to bring her in the store, because it takes 3 hours to get in and out of the car.
Also, wanted to let you know, I've been doing this challenge over the last month, most of you know, where I don't eat, where I've been eating extra veggies, meditating once a day, putting my feet on the grass, drinking 3 milliliters of water, eating extra veggies at every meal, eating slower, and moving my body for 30 minutes a day in some sort of way that I like, which is normally either walking or yoga. And today I broke the not buying extra. I had this thing where I wasn't going to buy extra Starbucks, and I was just going to make my herbal teas and my little fun drinks at home. But yesterday I taught 3 yoga classes, and I fell in the middle of the night tripped over something, and it hurt. And so my body was sore today. I needed a little pick-me-up, so I broke that part of my thing today and went and got a matcha frappuccino from Starbucks. And I was like, don't use your syrup, use the agave packets, but I think they put both, so it was really, really sweet. It was a nice little caffeine boost, but it did block my appetite because I didn't end up eating till way later, as you saw earlier, I mentioned, but it made me so bloated, and I did not like how I felt after I drank it, so I will not be doing that again. I just wanted to share that. Maybe you've got that experience before, like when you've stayed away from drinks like that and then you go to have one, and yeah, it didn't feel pleasant afterwards.
It's been a while since I've had this. This is my wild brine sauerkraut that I get from Natural Grocers, which is a very healthy probiotic made with caraway seed, apple, and it's an organic sauerkraut altogether, and there's no added ingredients. There's no anything added. It's just straight up sauerkraut. So here are my oat cakes, and they are looking good. And here's my whole final finished meal. Look at all the colors. I'm going back to how it was when I first started making Starch Solution meals. I would do all these pretty colors on the plate. I've got my yellow squash, that other green squash that's not a zucchini, some yummy oranges. Oranges are or clementines. They're so good right now. And then I got 2 oat cakes. Then I went and helped Berkeley finish her bath, and she ate some squash and the green squash and ate a pancake. She had a smoothie earlier. And so that's the life, right? Pancakes, squash, oranges, smoothie. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a comment, leave some love. It helps to grow my channel and helps me expand the awareness about the power of plants. See you guys next time.